Hey, it's Sheldon with TigerTough here. Right now I'm going to show you how to put these seat covers on the front seats of a Chevy Equinox. Before we start putting covers on, there's a couple things that we need to do first to make it easier. I like to slide the seat ahead. That way it gets the whole seat up in the doorway where it's easier to work on. And then also raise the headrest up. To do that, you just push in this button on the side and raise the headrest up. Now, I'm working on the passenger seat. This is not an electric seat, so it doesn't go up and down. But on the driver's seat, which is electric, I would raise it up at least a ways, so that way it lets you get underneath the seat easier. Now let's go around to the back. The seat has got a sort of carpet feeling flap that goes all the way around underneath the seat, and it's got two elastic straps well up underneath here that hold it on. Now it's really hard to see what I'm doing under there, but essentially this little clip is just hooked on like the wire spring underneath the seat. Just push it up and it releases. There's two of them. And we need to fold this flap up because that's what lets us get between the seat back and seat bottom, and the cover has to go through there. So what I like to do is just tuck these in this pocket here. That gets it up out of the way, holds it up, good to go. This will end up being tucked up inside the cover, and the cover has its own flap that will replace that one, so it'll still look good. The first piece we're gonna put on is the seat back cover. And I like to start by undoing all of the hook and loop on it. That's on the bottom. Also on the top where the headrest goes through. And then something you wanna make sure of. So right down here on the very back bottom is a tag. This one says passenger. So this cover is for the passenger seat. And that's super important because it's got the airbag tearaway sewn into it. So if you put this on the driver's seat, the airbag tearaway will be in the wrong spot. So that says passenger, that's good. And then when we put it on, the TigerTough tag and the airbag tag both face the door. Okay, safety speech over. Let's put the covers on. I like to turn it half, 3/4 of the way inside out, and then right up over the headrest. So in addition to pulling it down, I'm also twisting it side to side a little bit, making sure that I get these seams here and the cover lined up with the corner of the seat. And by turning the cover part of the way inside out, before, that lets you roll the cover down over the seat, just makes it so much easier. So there, that's pulled down over the front. Let's jump in the back. Now in the back here, I'm just gonna take this flap that we removed before and just hold that up while I pull the cover down over it. Boom, just like that. Okay, up on top here, we're gonna take the cover and just pull it underneath that plastic trim around the headrest posts. That gives it a really nice finished look once the install is done. Then, just stick it inside the cover. That hook and loop sticks together. That's good to go. Okay, back around to the front. Now up front, we're gonna take these three flaps right here and push them right between the back and the bottom so that we can attach the cover to itself. So this has got the hook part of the hook and loop. This likes to stick to everything. So if you fold it over like this, it doesn't stick to this material, but it will stick to the seat material. So folding it over lets you just push it through really easily. There we go. But here's the best way to get your covers to fit really, really well, is when you take these flaps right here, pull them as hard as you physically can before you stick them up. So pull it and then stick it up. Because when you pull these really, really hard, it's pulling the cover really tight against the factory seat, and it makes it look good. I like to do the two outside ones first myself, and then you can take the center one, pull it down, and stick it up. There we go. Now, what you may run into sometimes is if you end up with a bunch of wrinkles down in these corners here. We didn't, but if you do, you can usually just press on the cover and pull it out to the sides, and that'll smooth them right out. But if it looks like this here, you can just take a minute, pat yourself on the back because you freaking nailed it. Let's put the bottom cover on. Okay, seat bottom cover. Got the passenger tag. This is still important. Even though there's no airbags in the bottom of your seat, the driver and passenger seat bottoms are a mirror image of each other. So it is important that you have the passenger cover for the passenger seat and the driver for the driver's seat. Start by undoing all of the hook and loop just like before. And then you'll have a string lock attached to one of your strings. You can remove that for the time being. I'm gonna stick it in my pocket and start installing. So I like just putting the cover over the seat like this here, making sure that it lines up, the seams in the corners are good. Then we're gonna push this flap right between the back and bottom, like so. And this just fell right into place, but if it doesn't, this string right here just goes down and underneath the seat. You can't really see what I'm doing here, but there's a rail that the seat rides back and forth on. You want your string to go over top of that. Now we've got this string here, and you might be tempted to just run it behind this handle like this. Don't do that. The cover's not gonna fit good. It's gonna look bad. Instead, push the seat cushion over like this, and then right down in here, you see that silver frame? There's a little white sticker on it. You're gonna go on the inside of that. Now, before we do anything with that string, we're gonna tuck the cover in right behind all of this plastic, and the plastic curves around the front of the seat. Keep tucking the cover in behind that so you get a nice, clean, finished look. Alrighty, let's go to the back seat again. Now we need that string lock. Just tuck this up out of the way for now. Just gonna reach up and grab that string that we pushed down on both sides. Be careful when you're reaching around up underneath here. Oftentimes there's some sharp pieces of metal up underneath the seat, and you don't want to tickle them. Okay, got both of our strings. Now we're gonna lock them together. Start by feeding the string into that hole right there on the end of the string lock. It'll come out on its own. I like to pull it off to one side like this, and then clip it in. And we'll put the other string on the other side, feed her through. So now it's gonna get hard to see what I'm doing, but what I'm essentially doing is pulling it off to the side and snugging it up, because you want it nice and tight. This is what keeps your cover from shifting side to side when you get in and out of the vehicle. And now we've got the string lock there, and it has got both of those strings locked together so that now the cover cannot twist. Now we've got these two flaps right here. I'm just gonna very lightly stick them together so they go together. And I'm gonna slide them underneath the seat. Like so, all the way to the back. So there's a bar right here under the seat. You need to go over top of that. On the driver's seat, right about here, is a little silver cylinder. It's a motor. That you want to make sure that your cover goes over top of that. The seat doesn't have it on the passenger side, but you will see that on the driver's side. Okay, those are pushed back. Now we jump into the back again and hook them up. Now we've got both of these flaps here, just like before. We're gonna pull things really, really tight. So this from the top, I'm just pulling it nice and snug, wrapping it underneath. And then we'll take this one, pull it really tight, stick it on there. And the same goes for that one there. Pull it tight, stick it on, good to go. And this one here, this flap from the back, goes down underneath there and sticks to the bottom. And I like to just tidy up these strings so they're up out of the way. They don't hurt anything hanging down. They won't get in the way of anything, but tuck them up. Nobody knows they're there. There we go. Now let's put the headrest cover on. All right, the headrest cover is the same on the driver and passenger seat, so you don't have to worry about that. We just slide it on. It's a pretty tight fit. So what I like to do is just twist it side to side like that. And then that gets it on. Now I'm turning it so that the hole in the cover lines up with the hole, or with the button on the side of the headrest. And then these three flaps right here, they just go underneath the headrest, and then they fasten up in the back with the Velcro all hooks together.